Welcome one and all to the Cinegeeks Podcast, where movies, TV, and all things geek collide. I'm your host, Roy, still joined by my lovely co-host, Angela.
Hello.
Hey, Angela. And we are now on part 2 of our 2-part Metro Manila Film Festival 2023 Look Back.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. So, dun sa first episode, by the way, both of these are uploaded na on Spotify and wherever you get your podcasts. So, we discussed Broken Hearts Trip, Pinduko, Kampon, Family of Two, and Malyari on our first episode. Go ahead and listen to that first if you want to. By the way, kung meron kang hinahanap na specific movie to listen.
We're gonna put timestamps.
Yes, that is right.
In our caption.
That is right. So, we're gonna be going over the last 5 of 10 films in said film festival on this part or this episode. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and begin with our second part of this Metro Manila Film Festival 2023 Look Back. Alright, so our first movie that we will be talking about in this episode is Rewind, the romantic comedy drama.
There's not much comedy there.
Romantic drama?
Siguro konting levity lang, pero hindi talaga siya super
Hindi siya comedy.
It's not a rom-com, parang romance drama.
Romance drama. Family drama.
Pwede din.
Yes. Of course, starring Ding Dong Dantes, Marian Rivera, and Pepe Herrera in a very special role.
Yeah.
Okay, if there was ever a time to use that blurb in gusto gamitin ng sining Pilipino.
Very special participation.
Oh, yung special participation.
Yeah.
Rewind was okay, in my opinion. It wasn't groundbreaking. It wasn't unique. Hindi siya parang, it didn't bring something new to the table. It knew exactly who its actors and actresses were and played up to their strengths lang talaga. Yan lang. That's it.
I would like to add to that.
Yes, please.
I mean, the studios and the producers set a mission out in the nether sphere. Or basta they were on a mission to sell a movie. To make money. And boy, they did.
Yes.
Because just today, in-announce nila, it's headline all over our feeds, our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter or X, na Rewind just surpassed Hello, Love, Goodbye as the highest grossing Filipino film of all time. And it's still running in the theaters.
And it's still running worldwide.
Worldwide, ha? So, baka mahit pa niya yung billion mark.
Oh, wow.
The first one.
First billion peso movie.
Yes, in history. So, I think, yung Star Cinema, they know exactly what they're doing. And, yun nga they were on a mission to really give the people what they want. It's not really to change the horizons of cinema. Hindi to be a trailblazer or to parang revolutionize the film industry. No. They took a very effective template and alam nila lahat ng best practices kung paano gawin yon. Make the people cry, make the people laugh, make the people feel, and make the people realize things and self-reflect.
Make the people lods. Yeah.
Lods. And master na nila yung formula na yun And this is the perfect display of expertise in that regard. Marketing the film, using the perfect actors, casting them, and alam mo pati yung religious allusions na sobrang intrinsic sa mga Pilipino.
Yeah.
Talagang lahat na check nila. Kaya sobrang successful nito mo. I mean, I'm not surprised how successful this movie is.
Yeah, hindi ko naman dinidiscount yun. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na para siyang unwarranted yung success na natatamasa ng sine ngayon. Yeah, siguro I will say na talagang couple si Ding Dong tsaka si Marian, they were perfectly cast in this film.
Yes.
Kasi talagang Ding Dong in particular, sobrang in those moments of anguish that his character goes through, alam mong hindi acting na eh. May pinanggagalingang totoo eh. Yung emotion na pinapakita niya on screen eh.
It only goes to show na sobrang galing din nilang actors at the same time. So talagang, kumbaga perfect storm. Sobrang galing. Everything just fell into place in their favor. Diba?
Yeah. And even sige, I'll also single out for praise si Pepe Herrera.
Yeah.
As Mang Jess.
Or Lods.
Whatever you want to call him.
Yeah. He was memorable.
Yun na nga eh. In any other movie and in any other actor's hands, this role could have been a cheesy, out of place na shoehorned in element. Para lang masabi na merong religious element yung scene. Pero dahil dun sa performance ni Pepe na sobrang relatable, sobrang humanized, sobrang down to earth nung kanyang pagkaka-depict nitong, of course, we know who that person is.
Yes,
that he's portraying.
Yes.
It plays into, yung sinasabi mo kanina na yung nahuli niya yung munong scene, yung religious element niya, nahuli niya yung kiliti ng tao. Kasi bilang Pilipino, pinanganak ka kaagad. Part yun eh. Kapag lumabas ka na sa sinapupunan ng nanay mo eh, meron ka ng hinahabol na parang image nung person na yon na you hope you get to parang see tangibly.
Parang ganun. Basta kapag pinanganak ka dito sa Pilipinas, automatic Pilipino ka.
Automatic Katoliko ka kaagad. Pag pinanganak ka sa Pilipinas. Yun, parang people have this image in the Philippines. Most, hindi naman sabi lahat. Okay? Most people, especially kung Judeo-Christian ang kanyang belief, meron kang parang picture in your head of who Jesus Christ is. And fine, spoilers. And this movie absolutely tickles the living crap out of that image that everyone has of him. Talaga, it just hits it on the head. Hits the nail. Sorry, pun intended.
Yun naman yung strength din kasi ng Star Cinema. They really know their audience so well. Talagang alam mo yung just give them what they want and they will eat it up.
Yeah.
And they will herald it to everyone they know. You won't even have to lift a finger.
Pero, and we're gonna try to keep this part very, very short. Kasi kung napakinggan niyo yung last episode namin medyo parang medyo naging sobrang nega naman natin dun sa mga sining pinag-usapan natin.
Actually, we put out naman na our reviews. And that's where we listed down all the good things and all the things that we didn't like so much.
Na-miss lang talaga namin mag-podcast. Na-miss na namin nagsasalita kami. Nakakapagod na magsulat. Na-miss namin magsalita.
True. Pero medyo
nag-word vomit kami dun sa last episode.
True.
Yun. Pero, eto, sige. We'll just keep it short.
And sweet.
Because everybody knows this. You're just gonna point it out and then we'll get the head out of this movie. This movie is a carbon copy of If Only. Dagdagan mo na ng Jesus element. Period.
Hindi lang naman tayo yung nakapansin.
Exactly.
I mean, most people na nakapanood nung cult favorite na If Only, yun talaga yung glaring obvious reality Talagang even the ending, sobrang parehas talaga.
Diba?
Na nag-switch yung premonition dun sa totoong nangyari.
At saka, kahit yung pagkaroon ng pop song na earworm. Palitan mo na lang si Jennifer Love Hewitt gawing Ben and Ben.
I love you.
Oh no!
I love you.
Ayoko na, please. Tama na po.
Remember, alam mo, kailan ba ako high school yata ako noon? Nung lumabas yun. Tapos talagang dina-download pa yun sa LimeWire. Naalala mo? Kasi wala pang Spotify nung panahon natin.
Nakakaza ako Kaza. Yeah.
Kaza ka ba? Kaza. Winamp.
Doon mo piniplay yun sa Winamp. Pagkakuha mo nun.
Pero hindi pa nag-upload ng mga songs sa YouTube. So talagang ano mo yun, download mo talaga yun.
Kuha ka na
P2P.
Kuha ka na. Ano pangalan ng title nun? Love Will? Ano yun?
Love will show us everything.
Love will show us everything. .mp3.exe. Yeah. Give your computer a virus.
Tapos ipapa-burn mo pa yun sa CD. Oo, naalala ko yun, nasa CD yun. Hindi pa uso yung mga MP3 player noon.
Oo. Tapos ano ba natin nun, yung mga CD player na konting alog mo lang, tatalon nyo.
Oo.
Kaya nung lumabas yung mga Sony na mga Discman, na mga, yung mga jump free, parang lahat tayo, inaalog ko yung CD player ko, hindi nawawala yung tunog.
Okay. Nostalgia trip over.
Pero yun, it's essentially if only. Just add the Jesus thing and then
yun lang naman boom. Yung naging niya eh. Yun lang yung parang weak point niya.
Yeah.
Kasi they were really good actors. I admit nung pinapanood ko siya, umpisa pa lang, alam ko nang if only siya. Pero it was still able to touch my heart. And I still felt things. I still got behind Ding Dong. And kasama niya pa rin ako dun sa journey niya. And I rooted for him na the stakes were real. And alam mo yon, pwede mo naman gayahin yung if only na kwento. Pero if it fell on the hands of lesser actors, hindi rin siya magiging ganun ka-effective na paiyakin ka, napasayahin ka to really, want the best for them. Ganon.
Yeah. Ano lang kasi, siguro after a banner year for Star Cinema, na they had yung A Very Good Girl.
Yeah.
Okay? They released a very shocking, unique work of art, in my opinion.
Akala ko a very good movie.
It was a very good movie.
Well, true.
With flaws and all. Okay?
Which one?
Yung A Very Good Girl. Yung with all its flaws.
It had its flaws, yes.
Pero it was a swing. Talaga. For the fences.
It was very unconventional for Star Cinema.
Oo. And then,
that was edgy.
And then for them to, siguro nga dahil nga business nga, for them to go back to something familiar. Formulaic.
Yeah.
Ako personally, I can consider it na it was merely good. It wasn't great. As many people are saying that it is. Sorry And that this is not to say na parang napangit siya or what. Pero kasi, nakita na natin siya eh. Lagi ito.
We have seen this before.
And siguro ako, for my part, I'll say this na lang, one last na lang. Okay? Before we move on to you. We always say na Filipino filmmakers should look to other more successful works of film, of art. Na ang gagawin nila, kunin nila yung mga elements na gumana.
Yes.
Okay? And then, include that into your own work. Ito kasing rewind.
Talagang clear copy.
It just, parang, sabi niya, ibahin mo na lang yung mga ibang words mo para hindi obvious na nagopyahan tayo.
Oo, sa assignment.
So, parang ganon.
Yeah.
I cannot give you points for doing if only Filipino style.
Pero yun
hindi
nga,
hindi siya pangit.
It was still a movie. And para
it was still a movie. It's one of the movies of all time.
Sorry, alas 3 na po kasi.
Sige pa. Sige, okay.
Mag-alas 4 na.
Kasi na-miss nyo yung podcast namin, di ba? Sige, go, continue.
Yun nga. Parang, for me lang naman, it was derivative. Siguro para na lang siya sa mga taong hindi pa napanood yung If Only. Mas ma-appreciate nila yun. Pero if you watched If Only, para talagang recycled siya talaga.
I mean, there are people born after If Only. So I guess this is for them? Question mark?
Yeah.
Yun. Again, this wasn't a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination. Talaga. It was good. Pepe Herrera was great. Even a child, I was touched by his acting. Yung anak nila Ding Dong tsaka ni Marian. Okay? Pero yun nga, you can't shake off the feeling na parang you already saw this before. Yun lang.
Pero it was a good copy, I guess. Yun nga, as we mentioned in our review, na at least it was a good copy.
At least it was a good copy. And boy, it was a good copy.
Kaya nga siya sobrang successful ngayon. And, I'm really happy din na people are going out to the cinemas to see movies. Period.
Yeah, period.
And if this is the movie to take them out of their houses and in the cinemas, then fine.
This is the movie.
This is the film.
This is the movie.
This is the film.
Yeah.
Pero,
Anyway.
yun nga.
Yan.
So, big congratulations to Agosto
Earn,
Dos, APT Entertainment, and Star Cinema. Sobrang galing nila talagang gumawa ng sine para sa Pilipino.
That is true.
Alam talaga nila yung audience nila.
That is true.
And that's important. That's an important part of business na some filmmakers or studios sometimes forget.
Yeah. Make a good movie, make good money. Yun naman yan.
Yun yung perfect
Simple
formula
math.
And nagawa nila. It may not be original, but look, tingnan mo naman kung paano niya na-enrich yung film industry natin.
And I expected ko na. Yeah. I know how rabid Filipino fans are. So, yes, I am expecting that you tell me na, ito mo kinita niya, 850 million. Kasi siguro ganyan. I know. I'm not saying hindi siya kumita ng pera. Congratulations to them. And congratulations to you na natutuwa ka na kumita sila ng pera. Pero, meron na siyang nagawa na. Yun na lang.
Yeah. That's it for Rewind.
Sige. Okay, moving on to the next film is When I Met You in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Starring Vilma Santos and Christopher De Leon.
Pang ilang film na nila to together?
Oh my God, pang 26.
26.
Pero this is their first time working together in 19 years. First time again in 19 years.
Wow, almost 2 decades,
Almost
no?
20 years silang last.
And they just slotted right back in.
Grabe, no? Ibang klase yung kung ano yung chemistry nila bilang love team noon. Talagang balik lang. That's it.
So, ibig sabihin, kahit nung mga panahon nila, 70s, may konsepto na ng love team.
Tao naman, Diyos ko Maria Josep.
And hindi rin naman yun nakaharm dun sa legacy nila. Now, in retrospect, di ba? Kasi, isa sila sa mga pinaka-established na on-screen partners na iconic.
True.
Di ba? And, yun nga, merong mga conversation lately about love teams and how that hinders their career path and yung yung choices nila as actors. Pero parang kay Christopher De Leon and kay Vilma, hindi naman nakaapekto. I mean, hindi naman yon naging hindrance para marating nila kung ano yung narating nila.
Well, ito naman yung dun kasi parang in my opinion, I think na it's just a matter of finding people that you work well with. It just so happened na way back then, some studio executive decided na these two would look good together. That's it. And then nagtrabaho sila, and then they kept working, and then they kept working with each other, and then they kept working with each other until naging, naging na siya, naging bonded with trust and professionalism na kapag sila yung magkasama, alam mong kung ano yung hinahanap ng story, nung script, mai-deliver nila. Talaga. Yan.
Yung longevity din nung pagiging actor nila, individually.
Yes.
In full display here.
Oo.
Na sobrang, alam mo yung, ito nga yung sasabihin ko sa music, may term na kamado.
Yun. Actually, I was just gonna say that, na yung ikaw, nung kumakanta ka pa, before, I know na there are these specific individuals na you have worked with for years.
Yes.
Even before nagkakilala tayo. And alam ko yung sinasabi mo yung kamado nga na, well, I'll let you go with it. Explain mo. Go.
Kamado meaning parang meron na kayong shorthand with each other na kabisado nyo na yung galawan and yung style nung iba na kasama mo kapag matagal mo na silang nakasama.
True.
It's years of experience. It also has to do with yung level of comfort and trust nyo sa isa't isa. And ayun nga, yung chemistry nyo din cannot be easily manufactured with just anybody. Alam mo yon.
That's true.
Meron din kayo talagang compatibility with a person you work with na alam mo yung kahit na matagal kayong hindi nagkasama, kabisado nyo na yung yung isa't isa.
And ito yung biggest difference na nakita ko kasi prior to my very, very, very brief career as a musician, I was in the corporate world. Ibang-iba hindi mo mai-apply yun dun Kasi sobrang laki ng turnover rate ng mga trabahador sa corporate eh. Na hindi ka, unless talagang hindi kayo gumalaw at all, which is, more of a bad thing in the corporate world, hindi ka makakapag-develop ng quote-unquote chemistry with people doon na yung you work with. And not siguro in the length of time na parang sinabi natin kay Vilma and kay Boyet na 26 years. And sa music is similar to movies. Movie making, it's art.
It's
creative.
It's more an artist thing eh.
True. Na yung tama ka sinabi mo kanina. And very good example ito nung recently na nag-post tayo sa ating socials na we visited a few of our musician friends recently. And yung pinakanta ka nila on stage. And you said na it felt like, yun nga, parang gig lang ulit.
Oo, parang muscle memory.
Muscle memory,
Ganon.
So,
medyo pinut mo lang siya at the back burner. Pero kapag kailangan mo siya, pwede mo siyang hugutin ulit with the right people. You can just, alam mo yun, parang no time has passed.
Yeah.
Ganon.
And that's exactly how When I Met You in Tokyo feels. Yung, we're not gonna go over the plot na. Okay? Because this is a standard Boyet Vilma rom-com. May meet cute, merong ligawan, merong sila na, and then
may conflict.
Pero yung conflict dito is just something happens. Yun siya. Medyo, nga siya medyo slice of life siya. Yung kanyang parang sub-classification under rom-com eh.
Oo kasi you feel a lot of other different things apart from the romance and the comedy. Meron din siyang drama, meron din siyang, just showing you the lives of OFWs in Japan.
Yun.
Yung living there as a resident. Yung ganon. Tapos growing old, having a medyo a muddy past dahil nga with age, marami kang mga tao na involved sa'yo. Alam mo yun, everybody has a past.
True.
So parang they're coming into terms with that. And how do you really start a new love affair?
Or a new love. Parang love affair kasi parang implied na may naging kapit sila. Hindi, walang kapit-kapit dito. Si Vilma is single.
A new romance.
Ayun, and Boyet is annulled. Siya dito. So talagang they were free to fall in love with each other.
Siguro yun nga. A new romance.
Yeah, I guess.
A new romance is often, associated with youth. And being in love and young and, about to start a life together. Pero they've had a life.
They've had lives na.
They've had lives before. They had
each other.
Wives. They had, Boyet's character had a wife. And si Vilma naman, she takes care of her relatives.
So, mas talaga siya. Focused siya sa family niya.
So, ayun. How do you really, start a new romance sa medyo later stage na in your life?
True. And siguro, we gave this movie an A- dun sa ating written review up on the Cinegeeks website, www.cinegeekspod.com. Just real quick lang para makapasada tayo sa mga other movies natin agad. We just said na yun nga, yung pinaka-strength nitong scene na to is their timeless chemistry nilang dalawa magkasama. Yun nga, yung kamado na sila, narrative, yung professional shorthand nila. Sobrang nilang alam na. Siguro, if there were things na talagang pwedeng sanang gawin na ayusin dito sa movie, just two, point out. And kung meron ka pa maisip, just chime in. One would be yung excessive use ng yung sweet na B-roll nila dun sa between the second and third act na it felt like they were spinning their wheels before the eventual reveal na may sakit pala yung character ni Christopher De Leon. Yun. I mean, I get that this movie is a love letter to Vilmanians and fans of the Vilma Boyet love team. Pero hindi, yun na nga, iba na yung playing field ng sine ngayon eh. We expect more of movies now. And in my estimation, yung ganong parang, you're just hanging out with them.
Yeah.
pwede ka naman mag-hangout with the characters of your movie if explicitly implied dung sine na this is a hangout movie. Okay? Like, example, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah.
Yun, na talagang,
pero even then, dapat the right amount of montage lang.
Oo, umaandar pa rin yung kwento. May kwento pa din. Pero siguro yung tipong yung hangout element nung sine is in how it feels. Na parang, yeah, you're just enjoying the company of the characters that you are watching. Pero yung dialogue nila is moving the plot along.
Yes.
Ito kasi, we're just watching them hang out.
Para tayong nanonood ng bakasyon ng ibang tao. Tapos pinapanood natin yung slideshow nung mga pictures nila while sightseeing. Parang ganun. Tapos parang, tagal naman ito.
Oo.
Parang, okay, sige, ang dami nilang napuntahan. Wow.
Oo. At ito, sige. Di mo kasi ito nakita, nag-CR ka kasi nung moment na to in the movie. It tried to do something with the rule of thirds. Okay, for those of aren't aware, quickly lang, rule of thirds is siguro quote-unquote a rule in movies and TV na you always something, yung mantipong yung isang bagay na ipapakita mo sa audience mo.
Parang mga red herring, ganun.
Not necessarily. Anything. Dapat by threes ang instance niya. Una, setup. Introduce mo muna may something. Tapos 2, i-reinforce mo yung nakita nung kanina.
Okay.
Similarly. Tapos yung sa third, either i-confirm mo yung pinakita nung dalawang nauna or bigla mong i-subvert yung expectation.
Okay.
Example, dito. Pinakita nung una na ay sumasakit yung paa ni Vilma. First yon. Tapos second, yung nawala ka bigla, ito na yung damakmak na b-roll nilang sweet sila Pinakita ulit na sumakit na naman yung paa ni Vilma.
Okay.
Now, yung third nun, yun na yung pumunta sila ng doktor to get her checked up. So, yun yung rule of thirds niya. I appreciate na they still remembered to insert the rule of thirds in the midst of all this sweet B-roll.
Okay.
Pero yun na nga sana nag-focus na lang sila to get to that point quickly. Kasi nag-suffer yung pacing ng sine. Kasi ang tagal-tagal nating pinapanood na ang sweet-sweet ni Vilma at ni Boy.
Ang tagal in between nung three
instances. Diba? Yung ganon.
Yeah, I agree. And siguro kasi, ayun nga, I mean, I wouldn't blame them if they did take their sweet time in Tokyo. Kasi ang dami nga namang magagandang sites na
That is true.
And alam mo na, yung mga Vilmanians, marami ding mga taga-Japan. Marami ring since nakakita sa kanya na parang, alam mo yung hahanapin nila na, nagpunta sila dito bakit wala sa sine yun?
Actually, well, to add to what you're saying na, yun nga, it's meant, this is a film for fans.
A love letter to the Vilmanians.
Kasi nung pinapanood natin to nun, tayo mga senior citizen na kasama natin, nagtitilian lang. It was a fun movie experience. Parang,
I mean, I'm happy there is a movie for them.
Kasi sanay tayo na parang tayo yung nagtitilian, nag-cheer, nagpapalakpakan, yung mga Marvel, ganun. Pero yung to see a movie na elicits that same kind of reaction from the senior folk, parang nakakatuwa.
Ayun yung na-realize ko. We may not appreciate that as as film reviewers or film goers, movie goers, pero kasi yung B-roll na yon, yung stretch na yon na sobrang haba was really fan service.
It's just for them. It's
fan service for them because they ate it all up. They ate it up. And it's not for us. It's for them.
Pero alam mo, ito na nga, nakakatawa You say, we always use that phrase, not for us. Usually to describe films na talagang is for...
Did not speak to us.
Ito, example, for me, last year, that was yung Rookie. Yan, it's not for me. But it's for an audience talaga. Pero, funny enough, okay, in comparing, may similarity dun sa movie na yon and this movie, yung sa Rookie. Yun nga, kasi parehas din siya. It's about a love story din
Yeah.
And nung pinanood natin yung Rookie, we were with a certain kind of fandom that was just lapping it up. Talagang eating it all up. Na tuwing merong sweet na scene talagang nagtitilian. You have to be, your heart has to be made of stone. Kung hindi ka mamove to parang feel with them. Na pag yun nagtitilian sila dahil nakikita nila na ang sweet nung paborito nila love team, parang pati ikaw din parang mapapaganon ka din eh.
Pero siguro it's not ang magiging reaction niya na parang this makes me happy, na parang ang nagiging asterisk ng ganong reaction for us is parang okay, this makes me happy for them.
I'm having fun watching them have fun. Yan. Yan siya.
Parang I'm so happy that they're so happy.
Yan.
Tama.
Even if the movie itself, yun nga, doesn't speak to us.
Or does not resonate with us. Kasi nga, hindi tayo yung demographic nila eh.
Hindi tayo yung represented on screen. Yun. So,
and that's okay. Sometimes,
not every movie is for you. Or is supposed to cater to you. Yan. Yun na lang.
True.
Siguro,
what else can we say about Tokyo? I mean,
wala na. It's,
yun lang naman. I mean, nag-suffer lang talaga yung pacing because of that. And they took their sweet time to get to the ending. Parang medyo naghihintay na ako ng okay, so what's gonna be the problem?
Ending? Pero in fairness, the ending was surprisingly very emotional.
Ay, oo.
Yun din naman yung kagalingan ng mga artista nung unang panahon. And kahit siguro yung mga screenwriters din, kasi sila din yung nagsulat eh. They sure know how to end a movie.
And alam din nila yung strength ng mga stars nila.
Yes. I mean, sila pa naman the stars are the one who wrote the movie, so they know exactly how to write themselves, so to speak.
True. And yung characterization nila mismo, the personalities, they were quirky enough na kahit tayo na hindi naman natin sobrang, alam mo yon, yung talagang fan base nila na Vilmanian or Vilma Boyet talagang fans club. I mean, we're just regular moviegoers na pa rin ako. Dadala pa rin ako dun sa character nila. Not just because of their cult of personality, yung mismong celebrity. I did not see them as the celebrity Vilma Santos and the actor Christopher De Leon. Alam mo yon, parang yung misanthrope character ni Christopher De Leon was quite believable. Yung kanyang emotional struggle.
Yung kanyang self-imposed isolation.
And yung quirkiness ni Vilma, naman, parang you can imagine them as real people.
Yeah. You know someone who's actually like that.
Yeah.
Yan. Yun yung biggest strength nitong scene na to. It's a very empathic movie.
But, medyo nakulangan lang ako dun sa storyline ng mga supporting characters.
Yeah, we could have done away with them. Sorry,
They could have. Actually, pwede nga tumakbo yung kwento na wala sila.
Wait. Hindi. Yung family ni Vilma.
No.
Yung forced na love team Eme.
Ni Darren tsaka ni Cassie.
Cassie Legaspi.
Medyo hindi ko nakitaan ng point. Especially if wala naman siyang napuntahan.
Hindi, may pinromote lang na gym. Yun lang.
Pero kasi 'di ba, parang ang sabi nila, Cassie and Darren daw is parang younger version nung love story ni Vilma at saka ni Christopher na parang soulmate, ganon. Yun yung sinasabi nila dun sa mga interviews. If I remember correctly.
Sabi nga ni Quim, yung ating isang cat dito. Huh?
Medyo, nga eh. Parang hindi ko naman siya nakita dun sa kwento. Kasi, di ba, talagang binasted ka agad ni girl si Guy nung
Napaka-creep ni Guy. Isa pa yun. Alam mo ba, pinipicture na kita matagal na nung hindi ba nakatingin.
Hindi pa tayo magkakilala. Parang, bakit mo ko pinipicturean? That's weird. May picture ako sa phone mo na hindi pa tayo magkakilala nun.
Yeah.
Stalker match.
Stalker.
Anyway.
Yan. It's not as bad as the Vilma haters would have you think.
Yeah.
Okay? But it's
and
not...
believe it or not, they exist.
Yeah.
I always thought Vilma is a widely loved, universally loved personality figure, public figure.
Kakatawa, nag-post lang tayo nung dati na yung kinongratulate lang natin kasi di ba nanalo sila lang 4th best picture?
Yes.
Pagkagising ko kinabukasan lang, nag-aaway na yung mga Vilmanian tsaka yung mga Noranyan sa comment section natin sa Facebook, oh my God.
Yeah, I was shocked. Na, alam mo yun, parang buhay na buhay pa din yung rivalry nila. Parang na-din-end kasi rin lang.
Although, meron kasing parang something that contributed to that. Which is Nora's supposed entry was denied inclusion.
Yes,
yung
Pieta.
So, the Noranians took umbrage to that and said na, of course, everything wrong in the world is Vilma Santos' fault.
And, target acquired.
So, yun. So, yeah. I mean, pero, yeah, if you ever still have a chance to watch this movie, When I Met You in Tokyo, napaka-old school niyang romance film na merong senior twist.
And which I love. Kasi there's not enough movies
for them.
To tell their stories.
Napaka-underrepresented nila. True. Yan. Anyway, yan. That's it. When I Met You in Tokyo.
We liked it. We liked it naman.
Okay. So far, we have gone through 7 of the 10.
Yes, we have 3 remaining movies.
And we are now going through what we consider to be our 3 best.
Yeah.
Okay. Of the 49th Metro Manila Film Festival.
For Cinegeeks.
For the Cinegeeks. Okay. So,
this is our picks.
Feel free to make up your own mind. We're just letting you know what we thought of the films. Just still go ahead and watch the films for yourself and make your own mind. Make up your own mind. So the first of the final 3 is going to be Firefly.
Yes.
Okay.
From GMA Pictures and GMA Public Affairs.
Public Affairs, yes.
Now, which we recently learned produces films pala.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a quick moment.
Okay.
Pero just to set it up, movie is directed by Zig Dulay. Okay, stars Alessandra De Rossi, Cherry Pie Picache,
Ewan Micael,
and Epi Quizon.
Ding Dong Dantes as well.
In a special participating role.
Pero sobrang important.
Important siya. So, na medyo nabaffle nga ako na bakit nyo ginawang cameo? Hindi man siya cameo. Part siya ng kwento. Diba?
He's actually the older version of our bida.
Of the bida.
Of the protagonist.
So, parang tinawag mong yung alam mo yung nasa Slumdog Millionaire na Indian na police. Di ba siya yung si Pai? Yung nagkukwento na old Pai. Hindi naman siya cameo dun eh. Nakalist talaga siyang cast member na older Pai. So parang sana nilagyan lang nila na older Tonton siya.
Anyway.
Pero yun na nga. So it's produced by GMA Pictures na? Or GMA Films? Kasi alam ko may GMA Films na noon. Tapos nawala.
I think it's hold on. GMA Pictures.
GMA Pictures. Yes. So yun yung revival nila nung
GMA Pictures and GMA Public Affairs.
Yes, which we stated was actually for me quite surprising na you make movies now. Wow. Okay. Pero yeah, I mean the landscape of public affairs is changing. Maybe they're delving into film na. It's not exclusive to entertainment anymore. It's becoming a medium.
Hindi na siya compartmentalized to news and
entertainment.
It's
mixed na. Oh my God. Gabi no, the changing media landscape is just a sight to behold.
Yes.
News
unprecedented.
And unprecedented. News and media just melding into one.
Parang isipin mo kung ang CNN nagpo-produce ng movies.
Although they do, documentaries. Pero yung talagang narrative film. Yun yung weird.
Yung entertainment film yung isinasali sa mga film festival na fictional narrative.
Actually, this was the first best picture for the Gabi ng Parangal.
Not the first best, it's the best picture. It's awarded the best picture because ayun nga medyo we're new to this because this is our first MMFF.
First full MMFF.
Na pinanood talaga natin lahat and pati yung Gabi ng Parangal. And we just learned na para pala siyang it has the same sensibilities as a beauty pageant na merong winner tas may mga runners-up. Sorry.
Okay lang. Yun na nga.
So parang may best picture and then may second best picture, third best picture, and apparently only this year, may fourth best picture, which is
puputok ng butsin ng mga Noranyan din.
When I Met You in Tokyo.
Yeah, true.
So this one, Firefly, is the best picture.
Okay. Yes, it is. It was. Pero for our intents and purposes sa Cinegeeks, this is the third best. Okay, for us. Sige, I'll let you start. Sige, real briefly, what you liked, didn't, or hope that this film could have improved upon. Kasi out of the two of us, mas ikaw yung talagang
I was
naka-enjoy.
moved by it.
Yes. Sige, go.
Sabi ko nga sa'yo, di ba, when I, just after we watched it, sabi ko, sobrang niyang full of innocence and hope. And, yun nga, we listened to Direct Zig after the viewing na sinabi niya na this movie was informed by his love for his mom.
Yes.
I mean, yung story naman is about the relationship of the mother and child, and yun nga, yung grief that comes after losing the mother. And ang hinold on niya lang is yung stories na kinukwento sa kanya ng nanay niya.
That is true.
And sometimes, you know, grief always comes from a place of love. Yun nga yung sabi sa WandaVision, parang grief is just love that doesn't have persevering, yeah. So, yun yung nakapag sa akin, nakapag resonate sa akin because, you know, as you know, I lost my mom.
Yes.
And sometimes it's just the memory you hold on to and you just try to honor their memory by, you know, continuing their legacy and remembering their stories, holding on to their memories, ganyan. And how do you explain that to a child?
Yes.
So, sobrang heartwarming to see a child na, alam mo yon, parang I wish na when I was a child, I saw this so I understood grief better.
Yeah, I actually, I saw that yung element to it as well. Siguro kaya siya naging project ng public affairs eh. Pa siyang merong pseudo public service angle then about, basically teaching kids how to handle grief. And I appreciated na this film depicted a very constructive way of handling grief. Na hindi naging parang full of bitterness yung bata. Talagang pinaghawakan niya yung kung ano yung treasure na iniwan sa kanya ng nanay niya. Which, by the way, props to Alessandro De Rossi for making the absolute most of a very short screen time role. Talagang, although we saw her for just, I'd say about 10-15 minutes, talagang informed nung presensya niya yung the rest of the movie.
She was the beating heart
exactly.
of the movie.
True.
Without her, siguro, and yung moments niya with Ewan Michael as the young Tonton, magiging kulang yung mission or yung journey ni Tonton kung hindi napakita talaga yung depth ng relationship nila ng nanay niya.
True. And yun yung nagustuhan ko din dun is it also, the film also didn't parang make this journey as a yung parang lone wolf na kwento. Na parang talagang inako niya yung full weight of yung kanyang handling of the grief that surrounded him. It showed na your family, whether blood or chosen, is very, very important in handling something as heavy as that. Kasi pinakita yung characters nila Epi Quizon, Isabel Ortega,
yes,
tama, and
Miguel Tan Felix, si Yayo Aguila, yon, even si Cherry Pie Picache, yon, na talagang they made the film. I mean, the film made it a point to show na no one has to handle something like that alone. No man is an island. True.
Although, yung pinuntahan niyang dulo, the man is the island. Joke lang. Yun.
Tama. I agree with you completely. Especially dun sa part na, alam mo yon, as a child, going through such trauma of losing a parent, you really need the proper support system. Otherwise, if they don't ever deal or process their grief in the right way, forever mong dala-dala yun eh. And yun nga, there aren't enough movies tackling this very heavy theme, especially involving kids na nawawalan ng parents. And also, we haven't talked about yung trauma din na inaddress dun sa bata. So parang this is a journey about overcoming his past traumatic experience and getting over it.
Not necessarily getting over it. More lang na parang learning how to live with it and not make it siguro a boogeyman in their life. Na owning that part of them and their lives but not letting it overpower them.
True.
Yun, alam mo na nangyari sa'yo yun eh. Pero masama din naman na i-deny mo na nangyari yun ever.
Parang reclaiming your power.
Reclaiming your power, yes, exactly.
I think they executed it better here than dun sa Itimapukpukaw.
Yeah. That's a conversation we'll have for another day.
Although I appreciate the symbolism and the metaphor dun sa Itimapukpukaw, pero yung the way na inaddress ni Tonton yung trauma niya about his father, feeling ko mas na-address dito talaga and mas nagkaroon siya ng moment of healing kaysa dun sa Itimapukpukaw. Although, ayun nga, medyo muddy kasi yung sa Itimapukpukaw because of, medyo na bother lang ako dun sa parang nonchalant treatment nung nanay. Dun sa nangyayari.
Ito lang yung for me Okay. Sorry, malihis lang tayo ng sandali. Tangent lang dito. Yung Itimapukpukaw is visually stunning.
Yes.
It's rotoscope, for God's sakes.
Yes.
The only thing that really didn't sit well with me, even in first viewing, and nag-grow tong feeling na to, is how lightly it took or it tackled the issue of sexual abuse. And they made it into something so trivial. Now, I get that there are people who handle trauma and grief in different ways. Yes, that is a fact of life. I am not discounting that. I'm not discrediting people who, do something as, for the lack of a better term, as kooky as yung kung paano nila harapin yung fears nila that way. Pero, if you're gonna make a movie out of it, okay, treating an older guy's dick as an alien in a UFO and then making light of it visually is not the way to go about handling sexual abuse in film. There's a better way to do it. There's a better metaphor to use.
Yeah. And yun nga ito, the metaphor here in Firefly, it was a wolf.
Yun.
Parang ganon.
Kaya nga mas maganda dito.
Mas na-appreciate ko yung metaphor dito. That's why I mentioned yung Itimapukpukaw kasi doon ang ginamit, yun nga yung UFO na parang alien tentacles, ganon. So, medyo bothersome kasi parang kinartoonify yung ganon. Which is dapat hindi. Kasi parang medyo na downplay yung gravity nung kanyang situation.
Yung mavity ng situation. Sino makakahula niyan at na-point out sa amin will give you a prize.
Yeah.
Kung bakit ano yung mavity.
Yeah.
Okay?
So, mas nagustuhan ko nga yung metaphor nung sexual abuse, not sexual abuser, yung abuser ni Tonton.
At saka nung nanay niya.
Tsaka nung nanay niya na depicted as a wolf. Parang a wild animal na scary. And pinakita din dun sa, meron din pa siyang parang, hinted na siya sa beginning na takot siya sa aso.
True.
So, yon. Maganda lang yung merong mga ganong rhyming elements.
Actually, in a way, siguro, looking at it from the perspective of the general film community, I can now see why this won over our personal best picture. Kasi ngayon, sobrang elegante nung pagkaka-depict niya nung handling of grief and yun nga, yung depiction of how your past, your demons appear to you. Especially yung from the viewpoint of a child. Talagang, it's one of the best films of last year.
Yes.
Talaga. Whether it's local or international. Actually, these last three films that we're going to be talking about are for me personally, are in my personal top 10. Okay? Siguro may isa doon na hindi makakasama, siguro 11 or 12. Pero they're in the top 15. Sige.
Okay.
Yun, fine. Pero yun, sige. Anything to add before we move on to the next one about Firefly?
Yung opening sequence niya, yung watercolor animation, ang sarap niya sa mata talaga. I won't stop talking about this. Yung kanyang animation, parang, wow, that's so beautiful. Para talaga siyang watercolor painting come to life. Alam mo yun? Sobrang niyang, parang, di ba nga, you mentioned Adarna books.
Yeah.
Kasi, we grew up reading those books na nilalako pa sa mga classroom natin kung lumaki kayo sa public school.
Oh, yeah.
Na hinuhulog-hulugan pa natin sa teacher natin. Ganon. And by the way, we received a copy of the storybook, Firefly. It was given to us during a special screening.
Yes.
So, special thanks to Jerry.
Yes.
Uy, for inviting us there and giving us this wonderful gift, a keepsake for Firefly.
It's a very, siguro you would say personal film for the creators. Talagang, alam mong, if there was ever any movie that would be called a labor of love, this would be it.
And by the way, it won Best Screenplay.
Yun din pa for Ange Atienza.
Yes. So, big congratulations. And Best Child Actor.
Oh, for Ewan Michael.
So, sorry, Best Child Performer. For Ewan Michael, and deservedly.
Oh, naman.
Deservedly so.
Dalang-dala niya yung sine talaga. So, if you want to read more about what we thought of this film, again, it's still on the website, yung aming written review. Okay. So, we're now down to the final two. Okay.
It's the final countdown.
Itong dalawang to, i-spoil na namin kung hindi nyo pa nakikita yung rating namin.
Yeah. And
sa reviews, certain reviews namin.
Okay, let's do this.
Itong dalawang to, ito yung dalawang nakakuha ng perfect score from us sa past film festival, sa past MMFF. As in, talagang, alam mo yung naalala namin nung, nagsusulat tayo ng mga art, ng mga reviews. A few hours before, nung gabi ng parangal na sa labas tayo.
Yes.
Tapos nung discuss natin, ipopost natin kung sino yung gusto natin best picture. Na-pick natin hindi yung official. Talagang nag-decide tayo, back and forth siya Until nag-decide tayo na, hindi, sige to, tapos post mo na. Yung ganun. Siguro ang naging edge lang nitong panghuli is that slightly more polished lang siya ng konting-konti.
Actually,
pero
it's like comparing apples and oranges. Para sa akin,
Or it's like comparing Barbie to Oppenheimer.
Yes. Actually, they share that position.
Yes.
The top position. I mean, para sa akin, pantay talaga sila Kasi you can't really say which is which, kung alin yung better. Kasi they both have very different strengths.
They're both great in their own ways. Talaga. Sobra.
Talagang Barbie and Oppenheimer Hindi mo talaga sila pwedeng ipag-compare. But they complement each other.
Okay.
So this is Gomburza.
So the last two films shall henceforth be known moving forward as #Gomburza.
Yeah.
Pero we're gonna be talking about the death part first.
The Badette.
The Badette part. So, the second, ayoko tawagin second best parang 1B sa listahan namin ng top films of the MMFF.
Yeah.
Is Becky and Badette. Written and directed by June Robles Lana.
Yes.
Okay. In my opinion, one of the greatest living Filipino directors today.
And writers. Yes.
Ka-level ni Eric Mati. And the writer-director of the next one we're gonna be talking about after this. Pero Becky and Badette muna. Nakakatawa nga kasi nung pinanood natin tong Becky and Badette, hindi natin siya nasimulan. Dahil din sa lintik na parking din sa SM Mega Mall na yun.
Hindi lang yun, yung pila.
Kahit yung pila din papasok. Oh my God.
Kasi this was, after Christmas. Tapos sobrang haba ng pila ng ticket.
Yun ba?
As in, ang dami talagang tao sa sinehan.
Grabe. So, we started this movie, may mga 5 minuto na ata nakalipas or something.
Pero sobrang konti pa lang.
I will hope so.
Kasi tumatakbo na tayo papasok ng sinehan
Oo.
Kasi nga, hindi tayo makapasok sa website ng SM Cinema. Tapos, pangalawa, sobrang haba ng pila. Kaya habang nakapila tayo, tinatry nating makabili ng ticket dun sa app or sa website.
App and website. Sorry, not to shit on you, SM, pero please improve your website and your app because kapag may mga ganito, you're gonna need it. Talaga.
At saka I'm sure na overwhelmed sila dun sa
Yun
dami
din.
nung ticket na
nagbumili.
Yung demand.
Yeah. We love you, SM. Halos linggo-linggo nakatira na kami dyan kasi may premiere linggo-linggo
Linggo-linggo o
sa Mega Mall.
araw-araw.
Araw-araw dyan kami sa SM.
Lalo na ng December. Diyos ko po.
Oh my God. Well, anyway, sige. Going back to Becky and Badette. Medyo nalilis tayo. What is there to say? Talaga. Kasi hindi sa sinasabi kong parang yung may mystique na, no spoilers. Hindi. Pero you cannot talk about this movie without having to first parang point out how delightfully absurd everything is. How talagang this came from the mind of a mad genius. Yung script na to.
Actually, full disclosure.
Yeah.
Nung nakita ko yung trailer niya, akala ko, siya, parang facsimile ng Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion. Kasi yun yung premise.
Akala ko nga siya parang Stepford Wives eh. Yung dun pa sa parang teaser trailer pa lang niya. Diba?
Kasi parang may surreal element siya.
Oo, yun din, yung gabi yung pag-play, even in the midst of the craziness nung plot and nung comedy, nakahanap pa rin siya ng time to bathe everything in a surrealist light.
Grabe,
which is sobrang hard to do. Especially when you're dealing with a script that yung punchline at 100 miles per hour. Talagang parang minamachine ka ng punchline sa scene na to. Pero hindi siya yung tipong parang yung punchline na vice ganda na sobrang parang para lang tumatawa lang na, wait, tumatawa pa ba? Alam ba natin kung ba tayo tumatawa? Yung ganun hindi. Bawat punchline dito, talagang may split second ka na papasok mo sa utak mo, mapaprocess na utak mo na parang, oh shit, that's funny. That makes it more funnier.
Alam mo, that exactly gives it its Python-esque quality.
Exactly, true.
Yung sobrang rapid-fire punchlines na you wouldn't even know, oh shit, that was, wow, nakakatawa yung sinabi niyang ganito. And you will just remember it na, oh my God, nakakatawa yung sinabi niya dito. Pero dahil sa sobrang bilis, nung napaka-quick-witted niya, and tuloy-tuloy siya, and part siya nung story, hindi siya for the sake of just punchline for canned laughs
hindi
lang.
Hindi titigil
ganon.
yung kwento para magpatawa dahil may product placement na kailangang i-fulfill. Hindi.
Oo.
Ano siya
Doon mo makikita talaga yung high intelligence or sobrang smart. Sobrang smart talaga ng script niya na pinag-isipan siya, malalim siya. And it's also a love letter to Philippine cinema and Philippine comedy.
Oh, yes. Talaga. Sige, we're gonna be spoiling the bits here na kasi you've watched it, if I'm sure. Pero yung pinakagusto kong part dito yung masabi ko lang, tuwing nakikita ko na si Jolos Gamboa sa sine, I know I'm gonna be having a good time. Kasi yung meron siya ditong small part. Ito ang cameo. Yung part ni Jolos dito.
By the way, meron pa isa. Si Christian Bables. I love na hindi nila in-announce.
Ay, gusto ko yun.
Yun yung nakakatuwa.
Gusto ko yung, sorry.
Sino pa yung may cameo? Si Moira.
Sorry naalala ko yung mga punchline nilang tatlo. Kinikilig na naman ako. Sige, unahin natin yung from the hindi naman least funniest. From level 1 to level 3.
Okay.
Level 1 yung kay Moira. Kasi itong si Badette, no? Tama? Si Eugene? O si Becky siya? Sorry, I forgot na.
Parang si Eugene yata si
Becky.
Becky.
So si Becky is an aspiring singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
And ang parang sabi sa kanya, kaboses daw niya si Moira. Yon. So, ang trabaho nila ni Badette, sila, cleaning lady sa isang office building. That so happened na merong thing na gagawin si Moira doon sa building na yon. So, syempre, ito si Madam, gagawin niya lahat ng para madinig siya at ma-discover siya ni Moira. Tapos yun sa elevator, yung magkasama sila. E di, pinapatugtog niya yung finger licking niya. Ba yun? Tapos ito si Christian Bables. Siyang, ganun. Tapos biglang, si Moira naman, playing up yung parang supposed na image niya, portraying parang yung vapid na parang airhead.
Sobrang, yung parang laging inaantok na magsalita.
Yung kung ano yung parang pinlay up niya yung kung ano yung
joke
about her. Exactly, sorry. Yung joke about her na para siyang eng-eng.
At saka yung parang, hi,
okay, ang ganda naman ng song mo. Walang so,
grabe yung meta jokes niya, no? Na parang
tapos
as in you need
flying.
to be quick din to get it.
To get it. Tapos yung second naman, yung kay Christian Bables. Kasi nga, siya nga yung quote-unquote manager ko no ni Moira.
Anong sabi niya?
Sabi niya
alam mo, si Moira, caviar. Ikaw,
ketchup.
ketchup.
Tapos tapos may hawak siyang wine na baso, di ba? Tapos yung you're nothing but a second rate trying hard copy ka. Part ng linya na yun yung pag-wine, di ba? Ching. Tapos, pag gano'n nun, may laman pa. O hindi natin, ching. Tapos, ay, may laman pa. Ching. Tapos biglang, ay, nag-enjoy ako dito Okay. Tapos, alam mo yung abot na sobrang lasing na niya. Tapos kailangan na siyang ilayo ng mga assistant niya kasi kung hindi siya titigil. Butol na siya ng butol ng wine.
I love it. I love it so much.
Tapos yung third, ito yung sa akin talagang
pinaka.
So, kung pwede lang, luluhod ako sa harap ng screen dahil dito. Diyos ko, Mariosep.
Yes.
Ito yung point na, sikat na sila. Tapos, parang nakakalabuan sila.
Meron silang away. Ganun.
Endorsement.
This is the best part.
Kinuha silang endorse ng whiskey. Jesus Christ. Tapos, syempre, in Philippine comedy, dapat kapag nakakita ka na ng whiskey, alam mo na kung saan tayo pupunta.
Yes. Yun na yung pinaka-best comedy reference na pwede nilang, oh my God, talagang dinedicate nila. No?
Talagang...
It was so beautifully executed talaga.
Gusto ko yung exclamation point sa scene na yun. Yung sa scene na yun. Lasing na silang dalawa. Tapos kung ano na yung pinagagagawa nila. Tapos pati si Jonas yung commercial director dapat. Tayo pati siya, lasing na rin siya. Tapos bigla sigaw na yung assistant niya. Tapos sabi, uy, Direk, ikat na natin to, hindi na to pwede gamitin. Sigaw naman siya, this is art! This is cinema! Oh my God! I love this film.
Best part.
I love this film.
Yeah.
I so love this film. Kahit nga yung mga simple jokes din niya na parang has to do with timing and with yung the snappiness of the delivery. It still lands. Yung case in point, yung sa dulo, yung nagka-discoveryhan na sila na yung ikaw, binibidyohan kita. Tapos,
yung mga double cross, triple, quadruple cross. Tama.
Gusto ko yung kanina ka pa ba nandiyan dyan? Binibidyohan ko kayo doon sa likod ng gate. Tapos bigla nun kay Pokwang naman, kanina ka ba kayo binibidyohan? Ayun yung drone, no?
Alam mo yung it's making fun of the common Filipino movie tropes. And hindi siya to parang insult or to it's really just,
it's a love letter.
It's not laughing at it. It's, we are laughing with it.
It's adding on to the legacy of the joke. It's perpetuating what makes it funny for years.
They're not ridiculing it.
Na parang these comedy bits are timeless.
Yes.
And the movie doing this in a very yung parang adding on to what makes the joke funny makes the joke even more timeless.
Exactly.
Yun yung sobrang talagang
masterfully done by Junlana talaga.
Talaga sobrang my God. Kaya
even yung one more thing na sobrang iconic and they included this in the trailer. Yung Triangle of Sadness.
Oh my God.
Reference, diba?
Jesus, kahit yung blocking mismo, yung angulo ng camera. Oh my God. Kasi talaga nung kasi yun yung part na parang nagkakalabuan na silang dalawa. Doon sa yung resort ko nasa nandun si Romnick Sarmenta.
Yeah.
By the way, also fantastic.
Si Romnick, no?
Si Pepe Fenis. Oh my God. Kahit si Romnick din. brought his A game in
And
this.
let's not forget.
Kahit si Agot. Oh my God, Agot Isidro. Sinabi ko dun sa review natin na parang, now I find it na it's my fault na hindi ko pa masyado napapanood yung mga other comedic stuff ni Agot. Kaya sinabi ko na parang, nakaka-surprise. Pero nakita natin
Kasi
yung trailer
we've known her more
for dramatic work.
Exactly.
Pero yung 10 Little Mistresses, parang gusto ko nang panoorin yun na. Talaga nakita ko na, she's been doing this for a while. And
yung over-the-top na sobrang obnoxious
master niya talaga.
Alta character, no?
Oo. Ibang klase. Pero yung just going back to yung Triangle of Sadness reference, nung binlock siya nung nagsimula na gano'n, parang, alam mo yung, nung nagsimula ng yung first few seconds ng sequence na yun, alam mo parang ako, nagkatingin na tayo sa, wait. Yung ba yung ginagawa nila? Are they doing what we think they're doing?
And, alam mo, the most satisfying thing about it, hindi nila parang nire-enact yung shot per shot na just for the sake of it. Talagang relevant siya dun sa kwento. Diba? It still propels the story.
Yeah.
And yun yung pinakamagandang quality sa mga movies ni Junlana. Especially yung mga comedies. Everything he puts in the movie was so with intention na to move the story forward.
Walang patapon.
Oo. Sobrang niyang lean and meaty and walang parang nilagay lang dyan para lang mag-elicit ng cheap laughs or maging punchline lang. Alam mo yun? Sobrang niyang weaved into the entire story moving forward and to further enrich the characters.
Exactly.
Oo.
Tayo, iba nga yung sa dulo eh. Yung resolve na yung friends na silang tatlo. Si Becky Badette tsaka si Nirvana. Tapos yung parang dance number nila. Kahit yung mga end titles na yung kung ano yung ginagawa nila ngayon.
Yeah.
Gusto ko natawa kayo sa nila, nag-apply yung character, si Badette. Nag-apply siya na mag-audition dun sa When I Met You in Tokyo. Tapos nakuha siya pero nakat yung mga scene niya.
Yun din, isa pa yun, yung kahit yung ni-reference nilang movie dito was still relevant to the story they're trying to tell dito sa movie nila. Diba? Yung movie ni Vilma tsaka ni Nora.
Yun pa. Isa pa yun.
Sobrang niyang relevant dun sa story na kinukwento ng Becky and Badette na movie.
Actually, yun nga eh. Parang, akala isipin mo dun sa joke na yun, parang,
throw away lang siya.
Throw away, When I Met You in Tokyo. MMFF movie din, Pero, if you've been watching carefully, alam mo na the whole time, sambang-samba sila kay Vilma. So, it's the rule of third. It's the third iteration of the Vilma joke in the movie. Thereby completing the rule of thirds pa rin. Galing. Talaga.
Sobrang may compare ko nga siya na kumbaga love letter to cinema, para siyang Hail Caesar, 'di ba?
Parang ganun. Pero mas mas buffoonery pa. 'Yon. Hail Caesar kasi medyo subdued pa ng konti eh.
Pero ito mas
talagang
may dreamlike quality siya.
We're just going for it.
And
Let's go for it.
Exaggerated versions, 'di ba, nila, especially si Agot.
Tsaka si Romnick.
I really love it.
I adore this film. I
one
adore
of the
this
best films artistically that I've seen.
I adore this film talaga. Sir June, if you're listening, we adore this film. This sobrang talagang, kung wala lang yung kasunod na film, tapos ito lang yung part dun sa film festival na to, na ito yung high point. Yeah, all the A pluses in the world go to you. Talaga. Actually,
para sa akin, they're equals. They're both perfect scores.
True. Pero sa akin mas iba yung tama nung last film that we're gonna be talking about eh.
Okay. So without further ado, let's just move on.
Go ahead. Let's just talk about Gomburza. Go. Yan, 1A. Also A+, also 5 stars from us.
The Gom to the Gom Badette.
The Gom Badette, oo. Baka isipin ng mga bata, sino yung mga in-execute na pari sa Bagong Bayan nun?
Gom Badette.
Gom Badette. si
Hindi na Gomburza.
Oo. Yan, anyway, where Becky and Badette personally tickled me as a film fan na can appreciate all the references in the world na talagang ibabato niya sa'yo. And including, sinabi mo yung Python-esque comedy niya.
Yeah.
talaga. And actually, Mel Brooks nga din.
Mel Brooks, yes.
Ito namang
Blazing Saddles.
Yun. True. Ito namang Gomburza, medyo may cheat siya ng konti. Kasi, of course, Pilipino tayo.
And historical siya. It's based in real life.
Oo. So, yun lang. Siguro, hindi naman siya enough to say na a movie is good dahil historical siya. Kasi, ang dami-daming mga ibang mga scene na ginawa na historical na scene pero aren't worth two shits. Pero kasi, ito kasi sobrang...
Sige. Go ahead.
Yung craft, yung dedication of everyone involved, yung love for the material, even behind and even especially in front of the camera, you can feel it in every second of the film. Talagang walang tapon. Siguro, I would say na previous yung Becky And Badette is a perfect film in spite of its rough edges. Or because of its rough edges. Ito naman, talagang sobrang polished, pulido. Wala kang masabi. Talaga.
Oo. Tapos, siya, on an epic scale.
Yun pa.
No? It's, it has all the hallmarks of a classic.
Exactly.
Yung talagang timeless movie.
Timeless movie, exactly.
Ganun siya eh.
Ito pang, one more thing that parang elevated this, siguro to God tier movie status for me. Meron kasi tayong parang previous benchmark sa mga ganitong klaseng sine. A little film called General Luna. Okay?
Well, as of late, recent history.
Well, ito lang, as of late, within the past siguro 10 years, mga ganun. Now, when General Luna came out, we were gushing about that movie the way we're gushing about Gomburza now. Exactly the way we're gushing about it now.
Kasi same themes of nationalism
yes.
and patriotism.
Even
and
kahit yung
national heroes.
Kahit yung care dun sa paggawa niya was astounding for its time.
Heart.
However, when comparing them now, and the comparisons are inevitable. Okay? Hindi siya maiiwasan.
Of course.
Siguro I'll say this in the nicest way possible. Just to echo something you told me after we watched Gomburza for the first time. Gomburza feels more like a real film. Or parang nga siyang Ridley Scott na epic.
Yes.
And it makes General Luna look like an episode of Bayani by comparison.
Exactly. Kasi parang meron pang theater feel yung General Luna eh.
Oo.
Kasi para siyang stage play.
And hindi lang siya dun sa acting din. Kahit din dun sa mga set. Mukha din siyang stage play na set.
Exactly.
Yung kitang-kita mo na, ay, gano'n na to. I mean, not to say na we're bashing the people behind the scenes sa General Luna. Hindi
It was a great film.
Pero kasi, if you're gonna have a budget like that, gandahan nyo naman yung lugar na pipiliin nyo or yung construction nyo. Pero kasi iba kasi dun, sorry pero nagmukhang mga parang plywood na pininturahan lang.
Ano siya
Yung green screen ang madumi, hindi maayos.
It reminds me nga of parang, alam mo yung mga sa Senaculo?
Yeah, yun, too. Exactly.
May ganun siyang quality na very theatrical, very, parang sobrang declamatory yung pag-deliver ng lines. Para kang nag-o-orate. Tapos, alam mo yon, it didn't feel like real people talking.
Yeah, that's true.
Tsaka, masyado siyang, flamboyant.
Well, oo. Siguro if the movie could have just kept it to yung flamboyance niya with the main character. Kasi, historically speaking, meron namang accounts na talagang
ganun siya ka.
Flamboyant talaga si General Luna.
Yes.
Pero kasi nag-seep over siya, nag-bleed over yung flamboyance niya to the other characters, which what you said adds to the theatrical nature. And not theatrical in a meaning na pinalabas sa sine, theatrical meaning stage play.
Theater play.
Theater play. Yun siya.
Na para siyang ayun nga, performative.
Yun. That's yes, you hit it on the head.
Whereas here in Gomburza, mas nararamdaman mo yung para siyang historical epic na pwede mong ma-compare sa Imitation Game.
Jose Rizal, let's not go further.
Ganun siya ka mas respectful and mas real yung pakiramdam na hindi theater play.
And ito, siguro, people will point out to some sequences in the film na sabihin nila, bakit itong mga parts na to? Mukha namang stage play yan. Actually, sorry kung babanatan ko kayo ng actually. Yung mga parts na sinasabi nyo are written and shot in a very smart way na works around their obvious limitations sa production, namely yung
story ni Hermano
yung
Pule.
kay Hermano Pule, at saka yung kay Bonifacio, at saka yung kay Rizal sa dulo. Sasabihin nila na parang, bakit yung mukha naman theater play yung mga yun eh. Hindi eh. Those are elements of the story na are told to us in spirit. Hindi na siya literal na parang pagkatapos namatay ni Hermano Pule, bigla na lang lumabas sa kumbento itong 3 pari na to. Hindi
actually,
ganun.
I appreciated nga na parang merong ganong parang dreamlike sequences,
diba? Ganda.
Na para siyang prologue and epilogue ng kwento. Kasi hindi naman yun yung kwento ng Gomburza eh. Technically, they're not part of the story of Gomburza. They happened before and after. Pero indirect connection to the story of the movie, which is Gomburza.
Exactly.
So, alam mo yon, parang understood na these are parang imbes na parang scroll siya kumbaga sa Star Wars, na imbes na text yung binabasa mo, pinapakita niya sa'yo yung accounts nung mga significant or yung mga relevant na mga events in direct connection to what happened dun sa 3 pare, dun sa Gomburza.
Yes.
Now,
it's true.
What how this story came about and the direct effect of the events thereafter.
Exactly.
So, ang galing ni Pepe Jokno.
Yes.
Doon sa part na yon na sobrang, alam mo yon?
And don't forget, also credit to co-writer Rodi Vera.
Yes. The amount of research and yung care dun sa material that went into this project. Even sa actors, especially dun sa mga Spanish-speaking actors na, I mean, props to Piolo Pascual. 'Di ba? Grabe yung commitment niya to the role that he actually, ang daming, may mga stretches dun sa movie na straight Spanish siya magsalita.
Oo, ang galing niya. Actually, sa akin mas magaling siya dito kaysa sa Malyari.
Para sa akin, yes. Same.
And also, he should have won Best Supporting Actor here. He shouldn't have been nominated for Best Actor sa Malyari. He should have been nominated here, Best Supporting Actor, and won for this movie. Kasi yung kanyang 10-15 minutes na nasa screen siya were absolutely electric.
Exactly.
Talaga.
Sobrang lakas nung nung presence niya, tsaka yung importance ng character niya dun sa kwento.
Diba, if Anne Hathaway won an Oscar for being on screen for 3 minutes, he should have won something for being there for 15-20 minutes na.
Alam mo, what's stopping them from nominating him for 2 different categories? Kasi he appeared in 2 different films. Remember when Scarlett Johansson was nominated for Best Actress for Marriage Story and Best Supporting for Jojo Rabbit?
Diba?
In the same year?
True.
Pwede naman yun.
Kaya nga.
Diba? Those are 2 different movies and pwede naman siyang isubmit nung parehas na movie na yun.
That's
for
true.
different role, for different categories, I mean. So, dapat na-nominate din si Piolo Pascual for Best Supporting the same way na si Ding Dong Dantes should have also been nominated for Best Supporting dun sa Firefly.
True. That's true.
Kasi their roles actually informed the rest of the movie.
They are very pivotal roles talaga.
Exactly.
We're going to be stating the obvious na the actors talaga, maliban kay Piolo of course, we're gonna be singing the praises of Cedric Juan.
Yeah.
Talaga. Kasi we've seen him prior to this film. Siguro, most of you also listening will realize parang, siya ba yun? Parang siyang ganun eh. Ganun siya actor dati eh.
Actually, ganun ko din siya na na parang wait.
Saan nga ba siya?
Di ba siya yung nandun sa Huling Palabas?
Yun, nasa Huling Palabas.
Oo, yung nudist guy.
Yung object of the desire ng ating protagonist doon. Also, nasa Die Beautiful. Isa siya dun sa mga friends ni Paulo Ballesteros na nag-handle ng wake niya. Yun. So, di ba nga may lumabas na isang picture na 3 best actors in 1 picture. Yung still na nakahiga sa kabaong si Paulo. Tapos inaayusan siya ni Christian Bables. Tapos sa likod niya si Cedric Juan. Di ba? May lumabas sa Instagram yun nung around after niya manalo eh.
Wow.
Pero yun na nga, Cedric absolutely owns the role. He owns the movie. Talaga. Yung bawat eksena na nandoon siya, informed nung kanyang presence. And I mean that in the sense na the movie orbits around him anytime he's on screen. He is not in service of the film. No, the film is in service of him.
And I love nga na parang his character grew.
Yun.
From the very beginning na he was just a small part of this movement hanggang sa pinakadulo na nakasentro na sa kanya. Parang nakita mo din yung journey ng character niya from being a young, hopeful student to the character of Piolo Pascual to becoming the teacher, influencing his students, tapos still affecting inspiration sa mga tao even at the moment of his death.
That's true. And speaking of students, okay, props to Elijah Canlas and Tommy Alejandrino. Any other actors in those roles would have made it a cheesy, parang shucks na delivery or performance. Pero dito sa kanilang dalawa, kita mo, lalo na yung kay Pasiano, si Elijah Canlas, who was, by the way, part of Ajun Robles Lana production.
Yeah.
About Us But Not About Us.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yung big winner sa Summer MMFF.
Last year, Pero dito, yung actually nakatatawa nga ako kasi nung unang lumabas na, Pasiano Mercado. Alam mo yung may stupid MCU loving brain immediately went to parang, oh my God, are we getting the Philippine Hero Cinematic Universe? Oh my God, saan lalabas si Rizal dito? Yung ganun.
Oh my God.
Pero the more the movie carried on, the more the less I cared about seeing Rizal. And the more I cared about parang just wanting to know more about si Pasiano.
Alam mo, not much has been told in history books about Gomburza. And another one
about him.
Even
Kuya.
less about Pasiano. Pero actually, he is the direct influence to Jose Rizal and his views on nationalism and yun, yung what informed him to write El Filibusterismo and dedicated to
the Three Priests.
Exactly. Pero before I forget I just want to add one more thing about Cedric Juan. Yung pinaka na-appreciate ko sa acting niya was he made the character of Padre Burgos to be so incredibly human.
Yes.
Yun yung talagang sobrang naka-apekto sa akin na, alam mo yun, he is human, he gets angry, nalulungkot siya, natatawa siya sa how futile his situation is, and nakokonsensya siya. Kita mo yung kung gaano siya ka-concerned sa students niya, even at the moment na na-learn niya na yung execution niya, iniisip niya pa rin yung students niya na mapapahamak dahil sa accusations sa kanya. Alam mo yung range nung emotions na pinapakita niya in any scene, especially dun sa scene inside the jail cell. Sila, of course, opposite Dante Rivero.
The great Dante Rivero. Yes.
Sobrang heartfelt. And alam mo yung I never associated Padre Burgos to be this real. Parang para sa akin, yes, they are figures of history. Pero ngayon ko lang nakita siya as tao. And Cedric Juan did that. Sila ang tatlo actually.
Of course, Dante Rivero is Dante Rivero. He has had a very long, very storied career.
Yes.
Nothing much else can be said about him that has not been said anymore.
Yeah.
Pero ang one dark horse revelation dito sa sine na to was Enchong D.
Isa pa yun.
As si Padre Zamora.
Oo.
Yung, alam mo yung range na pinakita din niya na initially sobrang niyang parang carefree. Hindi nga siya, he was the last person you'd think to be involved in this mess.
Yes.
And then when shit hits the fan, biglang, alam mo yung pointing what yung just using what you said about how Cedric humanizes his performance, humanizes Padre Burgos. Mas lalo naman dito din kay Zamora, kay Enchong. Yung pag-display niya ng utter hopelessness and yung slowly dying light inside a person, knowing na wala na siyang magagawa to reverse his fate. Lalo na nung pagkatapos na nung ni-reveal na yung kanyang note na
yung kanilang trial.
Yung trial nila, yung note na yung kanyang euphemism for money. Na akala nila na instigation of
literal
treason.
Meaning,
Oo. Na talagang, kitang-kita mo dun sa performance niya, yung pag-flush ng hope sa mukha niya. And then just turns into utter despair. And then the despair suddenly turns into parang just
desperation.
Hindi niya nga desperation just it turns into soulless apathy. Kasi wala nang mapaghuhugutan ng lakas yung katawan niya to just live. Yung pinaka-heartbreaking na moment para sa akin, just split second lang siya or 1 or 2 seconds lang siya. Yung nagfa-final sacraments na sila. Diba? So, unang bigyan ng sacraments si Burgos. Tapos, binigyan ng sacraments ni Burgos si Gomez. Tapos, yung binibihisa nila, tapos binibigyan nila ng final sacrament si Zamora. Talagang catatonic state na siya. Tapos nakatingin lang siya doon sa ilaw.
Sobra na
sa kandila.
Delirious.
Oo. Na, yun parang, doon na, naalala ko na naman God. Yun, yung
we saw it twice, by the way. And we still shed as many tears as the first time that we saw it. Grabe.
Yung moment na talagang, yung kita mong hindi na niya alam kung saan hahanap ng hope. Grabe yung portrayal ni Enchong nun. I will be honest, I never really follow local show business. I never follow it at all. So, even yung mga... Before, okay?
Before we started Cinegeeks,
So, I never really paid at mind to, honestly, yung sa previous work ni Enchong. Kasi ang association ko lang sa kanya is para siyang laging rom-com, mga ganon. Comedy, teleserye, etc.
Para siyang, matinee
Oh,
idol.
parang ganon. Pero, now that I've seen his range here, parang, I want more of this. More roles like this from him that challenges him, that makes him work more for the meat, kumbaga, of his roles.
To think na how short was his screen time in this movie. Sobrang konti lang nung scenes niya, pero he absolutely owned those minutes.
He just, yung kanyang presence niya, lalo na dun sa dulo, parang, yung talagang wala. Yeah, of course, you were going to feel for the three of them, especially sa execution, pero yung sa moment niya dun na nagsimula yung waterworks
Talagang tragedy.
Tragedy talaga in the highest degree.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
Oo, talaga.
Oo. They were all victims talaga. And alam mo yon, just to be a spectator to that, sobrang ang sakit sa puso. And unabashed nung pagkukwento. Yung way ng pagkwento ni Pepe Jokno, nung kwento nila. It's not preaching.
Hindi nga
Hindi nila sinasabi na, mali tong ginawa sa mga ano. Pero, alam mo yon, he just told the story and think how you will
and let
about
the characters breathe. Hindi niya nilagyan ng agenda.
Uh-uh.
Although haters will say there is. Pero hindi, it's character driven. It's driven by this struggle of these individuals to just, well, for the lack of a better way of describing it, they just want to be good people in a world that makes them out to be animals.
Mm-mm.
Diba? Talagang yung kita mo lalo na dun sa kay Burgos yung parang he just wants to be recognized for what he is doing right.
Mm-mm.
And yet this supposed government or yung sa Governor General ng Spain and
Izquierdo
and the machinery, the whole empire behind him just refuses to see them as people. And yun yung parang siguro in a way it still resonates today with some people na in very, very different scenarios, very varied scenarios, pero the struggle is eternal
True.
And I guess that's where Cedric taps into yung ganong yung universality nung people just wanting to be good people in spite of society pushing back at them at every turn. And talaga, grabe, the performances.
That's right. Yun din kasi when you've seen all these names since time immemorial, nawawalan na sila ng meaning. Yes. Nawawalan na sila ng relevance and they just become these names in our streets, in our history books. Pero kasi when you're really ganun ka-essential magkwento or ikwento pa rin sa pelikula yung mga kwento nila. Kasi otherwise, we won't ever know what they died for. And kung bakit nandyan sila, ba't may mga rebulto sila, bakit nakapangalan yung mga lugar sa kanila, and ano bang significance nung existence nila sa natin, sa existence natin, di ba?
Mhm.
And ayun nga, this movie asks the right question. This story needs to be told because otherwise we won't ever know. They will just be, meaningless street names.
Pero thanks to this movie, their legacy has been resurrected.
The same way na nung ginamit ni Rizal yung Gomburza dun sa El Filibusterismo, it stirred the nationalism out of the Filipinos at the time.
Yes.
Enough for them to fight back and claim their freedom.
So, yeah. I mean, siguro naman nag-gets niyo na kung bakit ito yung nasa tuktok.
Oo.
Itong
At saka
Gomburza.
ang hirap niyang kalimutan.
Sobra. This movie will stick with you in very different ways. I mean, we're not gonna say na it's going to hit you the way it hit us.
Exactly.
Pero for sure, you will not forget this movie ever. Especially kung Pilipino ka. Especially if you're a Filipino. This will make you ask yourself questions, I guess, that you haven't asked yourself in a while.
Mm-mm.
And I guess that's a win for the movie kasi it makes us realize na, hey, Pilipino pa rin tayo. Ano ba ibig sabihin nun? Ano ba ibig sabihin nun sa'yo?
Yeah.
Alam mo ba yung sagot dun sa tanong na yun? Yung ganun, di ba? And I'm so happy to see kasi araw-araw natin sinastock yung yung Instagram page ng Gomburza.
Super fun kasi tayo.
Yes. Nakikita natin na recently maraming mga field trips na ginaganap by students para mapanood tong important film na to. And I'm so happy that kids are now being exposed to this instead of akala nilang majoha.
Or instead of, puro TikTok na lang.
Or instead of literally doing anything else.
At least
they learn something and they're exposed to a damn good movie.
Which is why sobrang deserve ni Direk Pepe Jokno yung best director.
Yeah.
And we said in our write-up, in our article about Gomburza that he just put a chair for himself in the table, di ba?
Cool. I mean, listing down the greats, Tia Sabaya, Mati, Lana, sino pa? Syempre yung mga iba, God emeritus na yung mga yan eh. Pero yung mga, siguro
Broca.
yung mga, wala na yan sila, sila na yung mga gods of Philippine cinema eh. Pero yung mga, mas more recent time, although some of those directors are no longer with us, pero yung mga mas more recent nga, again, yan, sila, yung apat na nabanggit ko. In my opinion, they still are the greatest Filipino directors of our time. And there are a few names in mind. First tayong dalawa, we know na, just give them one or two more parang quote-unquote trademark projects nila. And then
one of them from Cinemalaya, pinaka nag-stand out sa akin was Dustin Celestino.
And ako personally, recently lang to, pinaka nag-stand out sa akin is, eto, labas na to again ng MMFF. Just personal conjecture na lang to. Sa'yo, si Dustin yung talagang, siguro, next in line mo. Sa akin, ako, ang next in line ko si Bobby Bonifacio.
Yeah.
Yon, na director ng My Zombie. It's a movie na you would think to dismiss. Kasi, yeah, empoy, comedy, hehe. Pero, trust me, please, give My Zombie a shot. You will absolutely not regret it. It's one of the most well-made, well-executed, both in front of and behind the camera na sine. It's got heart, it's got humor in spades. Pero hindi na nakakalimutan na kapag kailangan niyang mag-seryoso at kailangan niyang mag-get down to brass tacks, talagang the movie just laser focuses on what it needs to do and it does it right. Same thing masasabi for Duyan na Magiting, of course. We have an entire episode
devoted
to that. So if you want to, you can listen to that instead. Pero
another name that comes to mind is John Rogers.
Yes. Oh my God. Oo. The absolutely magnificent as if it's true. Isa pa yun. Alam ko, disipulo din siya ni Sir June. Yes. So, you know na where he got the pedigree is evident,
yes,
ba, so to speak.
Pero just going back, the Direct Pepe Jokno is one of the leading names na sa mga up-and-coming na directors na up there in the Hall of Fame.
We can't wait to see what he does next.
Talaga. Exactly.
Para siyang, at ano nga to I know he's been doing, indie films for a while. Pero this certainly feels like when Damien Chazelle released Whiplash. Yung kanyang parang coming out party to the world na, hey world, I'm a damn good director.
That's what it feels like with Gomburza's Pepe Jokno, yeah.
Parang siyang Whiplash talaga. Natapos din ang ating discussion ng MMFF. Nag-marathon tayo dito.
Alam mo, my cinephile heart is so full this December. After seeing all those films na sobrang, alam mo yun, everybody's just talking about movies. Nakakatuwa kasi this is, wow.
We've only wanted this, na everyone talks about movies for the movies they are. Hindi yung dahil kung sino yung bida niya, sino yung artista niya doon. Hindi. They're just talking about, oh my God, this movie, I love this movie. Yung ganun. Ganun yung tenor ng conversations ngayon And eto, yes, in the previous episode, a lot of you will agree, it may have been too much of a downer siguro, na yung hinilero namin na 5 doon are the ones that we didn't really like that much. Pero even those 5, okay, Malyara included, fine. We'll give them props for absolutely trying. Talagang just pouring their heart out on screen and just letting the world see what they've done, and yung ialay lang yung kanilang puso for everyone to praise or butcher or criticize. And
hindi
siya yung parang regurgitated trash ng mga previous MMFF. Talagang isipin mo kung itong MMFF na to, isipin mo kung parang 10 Honor Thy Father yung naglaban-laban. Ang sabay-sabay. Diyos ko Mariosep.
At saka hindi lang yun. Yung conversation about how every movie performs against each other. Parang nagkaroon tayo bigla ng local Oscar season.
Diba? Ang sarap.
Sobra. This is the first time in our lifetime.
Masabi ko lang parang medyo, hindi naman sa nanabang ako, pero parang medyo naubos yung bandwidth ko para sa Oscars. Dahil sa MMFF. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, the Oscars can take care of themselves for this year. Kasi wala naman ako masyadong napanood na, ay wow, I like this. Hindi.
And to think another one, syempre, this is...
Oppenheimer.
Sige. This is important kasi this is our MMFF look back. This is the first MMFF na 10 yung films na nilabas.
Yeah.
And ito yung pinaka hindi yung regurgitated nga na MMFF typical films that we usually see in the years past.
Yeah.
Sobrang lahat competitive,
in their own way. And lahat meron strength, may pedigree, and talagang pinag-isipan at ginalingan. Kaya ito rin yung pinaka-successful MMFF in the recent years. Oo, na-surpass niya yung parang 1.065 billion. Parang nasa 1.1 na ata siya daw ngayon. Ito na yung highest grossing MMFF ever. And that just goes to show na you put out good work, you earn good money. That's it. You don't need to keep putting out trash. Okay? Teach people to watch good movies, and people will pay good money to watch good movies. Nakasubscribe nga tayong lahat sa Netflix, at sa Disney Plus, at sa Prime Video, and we've been exposed to the great stuff in those platforms.
Exactly.
Diba?
The audiences want more
of
this
those.
time.
They want more of those intelligent work. So let's give them intelligent work.
And, good products encourage good business.
Yes, and good business encourages competition. And competition makes everybody better.
See when you put out great movies, people go out and they ask for more days, more cinemas.
Diba?
Nagkakaubusan nga. Naalala mo ba nung nandun tayo sa SM Cinema, may mga parang in-improvise na pila na sila.
Dedicated na pila para sa specific movies. Tapos pag biglang naalala ko yung sinasabi mo, yung may isang moment na nakapila tayo dapat para sa Broken Heart Strip. Yung unang attempt nating panoorin yun. Tapos, may isang staff ng SM, papunta dun sa parang yung lamesa na makeshift. So, sumigaw siya, ticket sa Malyari. Lahat ng tao, biglang,
tapos ticket sa Rewind.
Ticket sa Rewind. Biglang ganun bigla.
Gumagawa na sila ng mga makeshift na mga
for specific movies.
Oo. So, ganun eh. When you put out great products, people, you don't have to market it. It will sell itself.
Exactly.
So
there.
Yeah.
Natapos din tayo. Oh my gosh. Maglase. Itong naging discussion natin. Na-miss natin magsalita din kasi.
Kaya 4 na oras na dire-diretso.
Dire-diretso 4 na oras.
By the way, Cinegeeks. It's 6 a.m.
Alas 6 na ng umaga. Dahil,
ngayon na kami natapos.
Dahil 1, dahil love namin kayo. And 2, dahil kinakalampag nyo na kami para sa bagong episode. Have fun.
Na-miss namin to and sana na-miss nyo din kami.
So, as we stated earlier, I think kanina or sa previous part, if you want to, let us know of what you thought of the films na MMFF, what you thought of what we thought, go ahead. Just let us know about your thoughts, your comments dun sa Spotify page, Apple Podcast page na to. I think meron sila.
Yeah.
Or we'll put this up on our website and then you can comment din there.
Yes.
Yun. So just let's keep this conversation going.
Yeah.
Kasi I'm pretty sure na this MMFF will be talked about for years to come.
And not to mention, there's gonna be a Manila International Film Festival.
Yes, in LA.
January
29 to February 2. So for our Cinegeeks in Los Angeles, kung meron man kayo dyan.
The West Coast.
Coast. Go ahead and flock over to where this festival will be held. I'm pretty sure more information will come out as they have it.
Yeah, and all our reviews are on our website.
Yes.
They're all spoiler-free.
Yan.
You can check them out.
Check it out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Natapos din? Hi. Okay, sige. Well, I guess this wraps up our marathon look back at the MMFF. For my lovely co-host Angela, this has been Roy, your host of the Cinegeeks Podcast. Again, this is the Cinegeeks Podcast, where movies, TV, and all things geek collide.